do a do-over? What about if I could go back in time and rework my fitness routine? Many people have asked me in the comments, have I always worked out? Or was this something recent in my life? And the answer is yes, I've always worked out. Since my early 20s, in the 80s, I have always worked out and I've always maintained a very high level of fitness. But what if I could redo it? What if I could look back now that hindsight is 2020 and say, what were a few things that I wish that I had done differently? And I have my top 5 things that I wish that I had started in my 30s, and I'm really hoping it's not too late. So starting from number 5, the first thing, which is kind of a combo effect, is I really wish that I had started stretching and meditating. All right, so meditating. Let's talk about meditating. Why? Why do I wish that I had meditated? Well, first of all, I had a hard time then, and I still have a hard time sitting still. I have a hard time keeping my mind calm and relaxing. My mind is always on the go, sometimes to the detriment of my sleep as well. So meditating would help me with all of those things. It reduces your stress. You know, there's always stress in everybody's life. And you know, family drama and all of that. So meditating would help with that. Even 10 minutes, 3 times a week would really, really be beneficial. Victoria is the queen of Zen in this house. And she really, you know, she loves the Calm app or the Headspace app. I'm not sure which. But this is something that I really feel that I could have benefited from. Second of all, stretching. Why stretching? Well, I am not flexible. And I really think that I need to be more flexible. That is so beneficial to us, especially as we age. So of course, now that I'm 60, looking back to being 30, maybe it wasn't such a priority for me then, but it sure is now, as far as it also helps us with our circulation. And that's very important, again, as we age. And it helps us to recover faster from exercise. And injury, the worst nightmare for anyone, especially as we age, is to be injured. And that flexibility and that stretching is really going to help us there. I'm going to show you some of the stretches, and again, range of motion and joint health. Arthritis becomes an issue, so that's why stretching is something that I wish I had started sooner. Number 4 on my list are push-ups. I have never focused on push-ups, and I wish that I had. My upper body strength is not the best, although I have really, really good arm strength, both in my biceps and my triceps. I've always wished that I could do a pull-up. I don't think it's happening for me. I don't have really great grip strength at this point. Then the thing that's great about push-ups is it really works at least 3 different things at once. It is working our triceps, it's working our pecs, and it's also engaging our core when we pull them in, and of course our shoulders, which is really important, a really good muscle group there. It also protects your lower back, which is important, and it's excellent for our posture. As we age, look at older people and look at their posture. Look at how they start hunching over. So this is something that I wish that I had focused on a little bit more. Another great thing about push-ups is they're easy to track your progress. So if you can only start doing 1 or 2, fine, you can build up. There's also different levels. Do them on your knees or do a full push-up. Number 3 on my list of things that I wish I started in my 30s are back exercises. You know, I think it's human nature. We like to do what we're good at, and we like to do what shows. So I always liked doing my biceps and my triceps and my abs, and kind of, you know, the back was behind me. But this is something that is such an important thing for us to be working on. Again, the posture, it's all about the posture. As well, our thoracic mobility. It helps us promote fluid movement through our vertebrae. That is so important. Protects us from future back injury. So back exercising is not just what's behind us, it's really important. And in my 30s, not so important, but now much more important. So I'm gonna show you with, I've got dumbbells, we can just do like a reciprocating bent over row. As well, if you have access to a gym, then you could be doing lat pull downs or other back exercises there. from the top thing that I wish I had started in my 30s is squats. And why didn't I do squats? Well, first of all, fashions change, and not only our clothing and our hairstyles, but also society's idea of really what's beautiful and what's the ideal female form. And people were not into having big booties back then. We were more in the 80s, the Jane Fonda look, and the look was like this. Until really J-Lo came along, and then of course much later Kim Kardashian, and there was a big focus on the booty, and that's very desirable now. But forgetting the fact about fashion and stuff, we need strong glutes. It's so important. Our glutes are our biggest muscle in our body. And because of that, I did touch up on this a little bit in my belly fat video. To have really good muscles, especially in your glutes, your biggest muscle, that is gonna help us to burn more calories, help us to increase our metabolism. I do not have a big booty, and I don't think that I'm gonna be getting a big booty, but I still wanna work on my squats now, and it's really important. So the thought, frankly, of if I had thought back then that people would pay money to a plastic surgeon to have a BBL, a Brazilian butt lift, and have all these implants and things put into their behind, I couldn't even have believed that that was possible. Anyway, that is what's going on. We need strong glutes for our everyday life, for stair climbing. Really, the glutes are in charge of everything in the lower body. I've also got these great Better Body dumbbells, which if you don't have the luxury of having this fabulous number of dumbbells back here, which I have thanks to Will, a Better Body set is adjustable and lets you have everything in just 2 weights. And drum roll, please, we are at the #1 exercise that I wish that I started in my 30s. It would be Kegels, the Kegel exercise, something we all should have been doing for a really long time. My doctor said to me once, he goes, Nancy, you're like the exercise queen. He goes, and the one thing you don't like to do is Kegels. Do you know that I believe that it's in Sweden, after you have a baby, in your postpartum recovery, they send into you a physiotherapist that helps you with your pelvic floor, and it educates you about pelvic health. It is really becoming a giant problem all across the board. And I'm actually working on another video that's gonna be a follow through to this, and you're gonna be really interested in that. But Kegel exercises, you know what? They're hard to do. They're hard to stay focused. They're just hard. It's, and if someone tells you to do 10 burpees, you just do it. But to lie there and do 10 Kegels or to do 100 Kegels just seems really overwhelming. And that is something that I really wish that I had focused on in my 30s and would have seen a lot of improvement at this point. So that's gonna wrap it up. My top 5 things, looking back, that I wish that I had focused on in my 30s that I would benefit from now. And some of them I really am gonna try to make a concerted effort, especially the meditating and stretching. I'm really definitely gonna add to that. The glute, you know what? We'll see how it all goes. And I just hope that maybe you're gonna learn something about this. And if you're in your 30s, maybe you can start some of these things now. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you do, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.